There are stories that hit deeper than words can explain. Stories that remind us behind every smile, there could be a storm that no one else sees. We remember Kimani Mbugua, a young man whose light shone brightly in the media world, but whose silent battles reminds us how real mental health struggles are, especially for men. Kimani Mbugua wasn't just another journalist. He was a rising star, a voice full of life, curiosity, and confidence. At just 19 years old, he joined Nation Media Group as a trainee reporter. His natural charm, energy, and love for storytelling quickly made him stand out. And before long, he moved to Royal Media Services, working with Citizen TV, Hot 96, Inoro FM, becoming one of Kenya's youngest and most promising entertainment journalists. He had a gift of connecting with people, on air and in person. He made stories that came to life, but sometimes even the brightest souls face the darkest nights. According to sources, Kimani's life changed around 2020 after a dark night out with friends, when his drink was reportedly spiked with hard substance. That single moment changed everything. And unfortunately, he was also infected with HIV and AIDS in the same night. It not only affected his mind, but also his body. From then on, he faced challenges that went far beyond what anyone else could see. What followed along was a painful journey through his mental health struggles, hospital visits, and rehabilitation centers.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for your attention. The point of yesterday, and
He was in and out of rehabilitation centers for more than 13 times, and he spoke openly about battling depression, psychosis, and later being diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2021. Despite his condition, Kimani never lost the will to fight. He shared his experiences publicly, and sometimes raw, sometimes emotional, and even in those moments, we saw his humanity. He was just a man trying to heal in a world that doesn't always understand mental illness. We also saw how society often judges before it helps, and how people are quickly able to mock what they don't understand, and how men silently suffer because they fear being seen as weak.
guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, TikTok Kenya, for being the best.
The former governor of Nairobi County, Mike Sonko, and comedian Oga Obinna stepped in to help him get professional care when things got worse. His father, a man of deep strength, has spoken with grace and not anger. He said the family doesn't blame anyone or any facility, acknowledging that Kimani had fought this battle for years. That kind of love, to speak with peace even when in pain, shows us the power of acceptance. When the news broke that Kimani had passed while undergoing treatment at a mental health rehabilitation center in Mombasa, the nation was broken. He was only 29 years old. His story had touched so many, not just as a journalist, but as a young Kenyan who was open about his struggles, his faith, and his hope for recovery. His father and family have since invited the public, especially young people, to celebrate his life, to remember not just his pain, but his creativity, his humor, and love for the people. And I quote, "We are inviting everyone to honor Kimani." His father said, "He touched many lives, and even in his pain, he wanted to bring people together. And that's exactly what we should do. Come together." End of quote. But Kimani's story also forces us to look in the mirror and ask ourselves the hard questions. How many men are silently struggling right now? How many feel alone because they believe no one will understand? How many are battling depression, anxiety, or even trauma? Behind strong faces and fake smiles, in our society, men are often taught to stay strong, to hide their pain, to never show emotion. But strength is in silence. Strength is reaching out and saying, I need help. We need to change how we see mental health, especially when it comes to men. We need to check on our fathers, our friends, our brothers, not just when they are laughing, but when they go quiet. We need to build a world where men carry without shame, where therapy isn't a taboo, where we listen without judgment. But sometimes, all someone needs is a person who cares enough to say, I see you, you matter, and you're not alone. According to the CCTV report, he woke up between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. Since the beds were double deckers, he slept on the bottom decker. He quietly removed the bed sheets and climbed to his bedmate's top decker. His first attempt failed, but later when he tried for the second time, he took his own life. He left behind a note, allegedly stating, Daddy, I'm tired of this. So today, as we remember Kimani, let's carry his story forward, not in sorrow, but in change. Let's build spaces where men can speak freely. Let's remind each other that vulnerability is not weakness. Let's choose kindness, always, because you never know what someone is fighting when the camera turns off, when the laughter fades, and when they are left alone with their thoughts. Rest peacefully, Kimani Mbugua. Your story has touched hearts, opened eyes, and will continue to spark conversation that this country needs. And may his journey remind us that all to love louder, listen deeper, and never let another soul feel unseen.
What's up, everybody? Wala walikuwa nasema Elon Musk ni bangi. Did you see me send Elon Musk a message? Do you see how we communicate?
Yeah.
That's how we communicate. Through letters. I write letters,
Yeah.
scan them and send them.
Yeah.
And then I destroy them.
Yeah.
There's no evidence. You write letters,
Yeah.
you have an electronic copy, then you destroy the physical ones.
Yeah.
So that's how we communicate.
Friends, I have met my great friend here and son, Kim. He has started stabilizing. I'm very happy. He's now the boy I can say, may God bless you.
Thank you.
And may you heal quickly so that you can go ahead with your work.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Ciao.